My name is Dr. Alistair Hewitt. Due to recent events, I was temporarily discorporated. I have now been returned to a new body. If you're seeing this, then you will have level 3 clearance or higher. If you don't, then you will be eligible for immediate termination. You have been warned. Today we will be looking at SCP-392, Prunus Persea, from Davite origin. Item number, SCP-392. Object class, safe. All living SCP-392 instances are to be held in a standard greenhouse sector at the Biological Research Site 103. The population of SCP-392 instances are to be maintained in an upper limit of 10. Select SCP-392 seeds are to be extracted and kept in biological storage at Biosite 103. Description: SCP-392 is an artificial plant species created via Davite thaumaturgy, resembling a species of Prunus persea, peach. According to a chronicle of the Davites, creation of SCP-392 was attributed to Davite Mariarch Wad of the Wad clan, circa 800 BCE. While originally perceived as an act of social deviance in the Davite society, cultivation was tolerated and adopted by matrilineal descendants of the Wad clan. Located in contemporary Asia as the Xinjiang, China. While SCP-392 is physiologically similar to that of P. persea, one significant difference is that SCP-392 does not produce fruits from any ovary upon flowering. Instead, it produces a series of physically identical male human heads. DNA analysis indicates that they are all from the same individual, and tattoos found on the head are indicative of human concubines belonging to Davite matriarchs. It was postulated that the heads grown from SCP-392 represent a human concubinus of the Mariarch Waqwa. The physiology of the heads grown from SCP-392 are mostly identical to that of human, although the heads lack eyelids and the seeds for SCP-392 is located in the prefrontal cortex. In addition to the heads are capable of responding to external stimuli, as indicated by various reflexes and actions. PET scans of the attached heads have identified a neural activity in the brain, notably rate of eye movement and neutral activity are consistently higher when female humanoid figures with the head are in visual axis compared to other types of objects. Next will be an abridged list of the reflex actions, responses obtained from the heads growing from SCP-392. Abridged experiment log. Test 392-1. Subject D-690. Protocol. D-690 is instructed to wave her hand in front of the head attached to SCP-392. Result. Iris of the head move according to the movement of D690's hand. Test 392-2. Subject D690. Protocol. D690 is instructed to caress a head attached to SCP-392. Result. Irises of the head move towards the region where it is touched. Jaws of the head open approximately 5 degrees, no vocalization produced. Test 392-3. Subject D690. Protocol. D690 is instructed to place her lips over the lips of an attached head of SCP-392. Results. Mouth of head opened, tongue extended in an attempt to touch D690's lips and tongue. When detached from SCP-392, Neuroactivity and reflex actions from the heads will cease. The heads can be plucked or will fall naturally from the plant via barochory. When detached from SCP-392, the head will gradually undergo decomposition, allowing the seeds to be exposed to water and oxygen. Decomposed matter from the head will serve as organic fertilizer for germination. SCP-392 was discovered in the Katsura Imperial Villa of Kyoto, Japan on redacted 1945. Ties to Daevite culture are later identified via cross-referencing tattoos found on the heads from this and this document is subsequently updated with relevant findings from Daevite sources known to the Foundation. Addendum 392-1. SCP-392 instances planted at Kyoto was conducted during the Pacific War as part of a ritual to pray for national prosperity. Those specimens originated from a single SCP-392 seed, which was among the gifts from Emperor Yang of the Sui dynasty in response to the tribute sent by the Japanese envoys. This practice originated from a description of SCP-392 as by the envoy Ono Imoko, alleged it being a symbol of prosperity found in households of the wealthy and nobility. Addendum 392-2. Due to the mention of the Sui dynasty and confirmation of Daevite involvement, a copy of A History of China, altered by SCP-140 to include Daevite Chinese interactions, was consulted for additional information. The book mentioned SCP-392 as one of the items looted from captured Daevite cities by Chinese soldiers as early as the Warring States period, circa 475 BCE to 221 BCE. SCP-392 would be cultivated by these soldiers who harvested and skinned the heads. The skulls would be passed off as executed enemy combatants and presented to officials in exchange for promotion and other rewards, i.e., peerage titles, land, and slaves. The dynasty of many clans involved in SCP-392 cultivation gained prominent positions in various Chinese dynasties, up to the imperial families of various dynasties. See document 392-SU for additional information on this topic. Addendum 392-371. Specialized Containment Proposal. Project Yin Yang, Subcategory Arcus 100. The following proposal consists of a cross-test between SCP-392 and SCP-2733. The usage of SCP-392 and SCP-2773 circumnavigates ethical issues regarding the use of live humans and long-term maintenance of a live observer. Said cross-test will consist of the following phases. 1. 1D class personnel will be involved attending the SCP-392 over a period of 1 month and will not be involved in any other SCP projects due to this is to facilitate priming. 2. Said personnel will then be instructed to open SCP-2733 whilst thinking of SCP-392. Due to SCP-2733's ominous effects, it is hypnotized and the head will manifest. 3. SCP-2733 will be kept open for a test period of 1 year to examine the long-term survival of the heads. If long-term survival of the heads is possible, further applications under Project Yin Yang subcategory Argus 100 will be considered. So, that was SCP-392. Thank you very much for watching. If you wish to support, a follow will always help. appease the O5. And if you wish to support us financially here at the SCP Files, travel's expensive, please visit us at our Patreon, the SCP Files. I've been Dr. Alistair Hewitt, and that has brought today's session to an end.